Hello everybody. Today we are going to continue the second part of the last topic, that was sugar cane cultivation. Let us go over to the topic. During the last lecture we have studied in detail about sugar cane. We have studied about its origin, botanical name, methods of planting, layout of irrigation, varieties, seed treatment. Now let us go to the remaining part of the topic, that is intercultivation. Now intercultivation means the cultural practices which we have to adopt when the crop is standing in the field, grown in the field. That is called intercultivation. Now in sugarcane, this remains in the field for about 18 months. So intercultivation operations are to be done very carefully. Now the first intercultivation operation, that is a gap filling. Gap filling means the gap between the germination of the crop, that is to be filled. What happens that when planting of sugarcane is done, at some places there is no germination of the plant. So gap remains, and in that case we have to fill the gap. Now, here in this case, gap filling is to be done 6 to 8 weeks after planting. Means almost 2 months after planting it is to be done. If gap filling is not done, it remains the gap and there will be less reduction in the production. So, how gap filling is to be done? The sprouted hybrids are to be used for planting purpose. Now, weed can be controlled by different ways, like hand weedings. 2 to 5 hand weedings can be given. Then, if the laborers are not available, then weedicide can be used to control, or like weedicide like atrazine, alchlor, or we can also use prosulfuron. So these are the weedicides we can use to control the weeds. Then comes this hoeing. We have to give 2 to 3 hoeings. So what is the use of hoeing? It will steer the soil, means make the soil more aerated, and that will also control weeds. Another interculture operation, it is called tagarani, or it is called bal bandhani. Bal bandhani means what? That tagrani means it is the same, the words are different in different areas. Here it means that partial healing up of soil is to be done. What happens that this plant has a strong root system, the plant is erect, weight is more, the plant is likely to fall down due to stormy wind. So to avoid that falling of plant, we have to give support of soil at the base of the plant, that is called tagarni or tagarani. So this is done 3 to 4 months after planting. When the plant is 4 months old, at that time it is to be done. Then it also can be repeated after again few days. Then comes another, that is earthing up. Earthing up and tagrani, the process is same, but the names are different. Now in this earthing up, what we have to do? We have to break the ridges and convert them into furrows. So planting of sugarcane is done in the shoulder of the ridge. When the plant grows, then it requires support of soil. So we have to break the ridges, convert into support, convert into furrows that will give support. So this is to be done when the plant is 5 months or 5.5 months old, when there are 2 or 3 internodes. At that time, this earthing up is to be done. This will give support to the plant. Then another is detrashing. Detrashing means what? It is nothing but the removal of older leaves from the crop. Older leaves are, they may be dried, they may have turned yellow, pale yellow, or may not have turned. So we have to remove that. So this will increase the vertical growth of the plant, and it will also avoid attack of insects and pests, because these older leaves give shelter to the insects and these pests. Then another is mulching. So mulching, this is to be done by using cane trash. So what is mulching? We have studied during the first few lectures that we have to spread some plant material between the two rows of the plant so as to avoid evaporation of soil water. So in this case, whatever the cane trash material or any another plant material, they can be used mulch as mulch in furrows. So in the furrows, this after giving irrigation, the trash material is to be spread, and that will control water evaporation, means conservation of water takes place. It will also add organic matter that becomes compost after some days. Then comes this cropping, or it is also called tying of cane plant. These cane plants grow very profusely, very speedily, and they may likely to fall down. So we have to tie them by using ropes, and so that will, when tying is done, that will avoid loss of the plant. Then come to irrigation. Now, in this case of irrigation, uh, this irrigation requirement is more in sugarcane compared with other crops. Sugarcane is purely irrigated crop. It cannot be grown as a rain-fed crop. It cannot be grown only on the basis of rainwater. So we have to give irrigation, but this irrigation depends upon various factors like soil, season, growth stage, and duration of plant. If the soil is light, we have to give frequent irrigations. If the soil is heavy, then at 10 days, 8 to 10 days interval, irrigation can be given. As per the season, during the rainy season or during the kharif season, there is no necessity to give irrigation. But in the summer season or dry period, we have to give irrigation. Then growth stages. As per the growth stages, water requirement is decided when the plant, now in this case of sugarcane, when the growth is more after 4 months, then irrigation requirement is more. So, if there is a shortage of water, if there is a shortage of water, this will cause stunted growth. Stunted growth means the growth is very slowed down. This will take long time. So it is called stunted growth. Now here in this case, first irrigation we have to give as a pre-planting. Second irrigation is light irrigation. It is given 7 days after planting. Then another 2 to 3 light irrigations are to be given at 10 days interval. Remember that at least at a 10 days interval, irrigation should be given to this sugarcane crop. Now in heavy soil, if the soil is heavy, then irrigation can be given at 10 days interval in summer and 20 days in winter season. So in heavy soil, the frequency of irrigation can be reduced down compared with the light soil. It is again given in light to medium soil. Irrigation is given at 7 days in summer and at 15 days in winter. So this is the interval, means at 1 week we have to give irrigation. Now, drip irrigation is also a very important factor in plant growth. This will increase irrigation, drip irrigation will increase yield by 20 to 25%. So drip irrigation is very important. It also, drip irrigation saves 50 to 60% water. It also reduces the fertilizer cost by 30 to 40%. So drip irrigation is a very important method of irrigation. Then comes crop rotation. In this case of crop rotation, uh, before or after sugarcane, we can grow paddy. We can also grow banana or turmeric. These crops also can be grown as a crop, in a crop rotation. But what are the common crop rotations in Maharashtra? Paddy, sugarcane, and ratoon sugarcane. Means suppose we grow paddy in Kharif season, then we have to plant sugarcane in Rabi season, and then this plant will remain in the field for about 18 months. Then again, ratoon of sugarcane can be taken. What is ratoon that we are going to study at the end of this topic? Another crop rotation we can follow this cotton in Kharif, sugarcane in Rabi, again this ratoon, and then in the next Rabi season, wheat crop. So these kinds of crop rotations can be followed. Various crop rotations are again there. For example, paddy, groundnut, sugarcane, or cotton, sugarcane, rabi jawar, or sugarcane, green manure. So various crop rotations can be followed. There is no fixed criteria. There is no fixed pattern because in this crop rotation, what is to be considered that in different seasons, different kinds of plants, crops are to be grown. That is called crop rotation, nothing else. Now, intercropping. So here, intercropping means between the two rows of sugarcane, we can grow other crops like onion, garlic, coriander, potato, or gram. These are called intercropping. Cropping means cultivation of crop. Inter between the two rows of the any other crop, we can grow another crop. So in intercropping, uh, there are two kinds of crops. One is a main crop, another is secondary crop or subsidiary crop. So main crop is sugarcane, and the secondary crop onion, garlic, coriander. These are the secondary crops. Now come to another, that is a plant protection. In this case of plant protection, first pest, that is a top shoot borer. Now this top shoot borer, it is a very dangerous pest. It causes uh, uh, loss on the large scale. So this caterpillar, it initially feeds on the leaves, and that causes very long damage. Now this, see this photograph. So this is the photograph of this caterpillar. There is a top shoot borer. Name itself indicates that this borer enters into the top of the plant, and then it damages the entire plant. So what is control? We have to collect and destroy egg masses, and we have to also destroy the infected shoots. So this is a top shoot borer. Second, sugarcane stem borer. Now top shoot borer enters into the top of the plant, but this stem this stem borer, it enters into the stem from the bottom level and damages the entire plant. So, uh, so here this is also a dangerous pest. What is the control? We have to give safe treatment of 1% fish oil rosin soap. So this is the one oil, it is mixed with the soap water, and then treatment is to be given. Or we can also give treatment of malathion. Spraying of malathion can be done on the plant, 0.1%. So these are the two important pests. Now come to another pest, that is termites. Now these termites, it is a very serious pest. They are very tiny insects. They damage the birds. They also damage seeds, and the damage is very severe. So you can have a look at this photograph termite. You may also see this termite not only in sugarcane but in another uh, plants also. So what is control? Chlorpyrifos you have to apply at the rate of 1 kilogram per hectare. So that is to be done, and there is no another control. Now mites, another pest, that is mites. Mites, what they do? Mites suck sap from the leaves. Now we know that the sap is very important because it is green in color. It contains chlorophyll. So this sap is used for photosynthesis. But this sap is sucked by this mite, and the leaves where the sap is sucked turn dry, red, and dry up. What is control? We have to spray lime sulfur. It is also called lime sulfur wash. Lime is mixed with sulfur plus water, and that spraying can be given. Or we can use monocrotophos. This also can be used to spray on the plant. Field rats. There are basically two kinds of rats, field rats and domestic rats or home rats. So in these field rats, they cut the nibble out the cane at the bottom. When the plant falls down, then uh, that is damage is caused. What is control? We have to use the zinc sulfide or sulfos tablets. What is these things are there? These are called rodenticides, means the rat poison. We have to mix this zinc phosphide and or sulfos tablet with cooked rice, and we have to fill the burrows, and then second day we have to use another food item. So likewise, for 1 week this treatment is given. Then uh, go to the another pest, that is aphid, that is called woolly aphid. So this woolly aphid, this aphid cause where there is a rainfall is less. So in the less rainfall areas, this is caused, and it also sucks sap from the leaves. Now this aphid, woolly aphid is there in other crops also. So infestation of this crop damages the plant very severely, and this it is aphids sucks cell sap. So as we have studied just now, photosynthesis is reduced, and production is also reduced down, and there is a stunted growth, reduction in the yield. So in this case of aphid, in all sucking pests, we have to spray malathion or dimethoate. This spraying can be done after 15 days to 30 days. And we can also uh, undertake another treatment, that we have to avoid excessive use of nitrogenous fertilizers. If nitrogenous fertilizers are applied in more quantity, larger quantity, it may cause infestation of this woolly aphid. Then we also have to uh, clip the affected leaves, remove the affected leaves. That is the only control. Come to the diseases. The first disease, that is a heat smut. There are different kinds of smuts, and these smuts usually affect the cereal crops, the crops having adventitious rooted system. In that case, wheat smut or all kinds of smuts are observed. So wheat smut, loose smut, grain smut, various kinds of smuts are there. Now in this case of sugarcane, wheat smut, so it looks like a wheat-like structure is formed. The top of the plant turned down, and it looks like a wheat. It becomes black, and there is fungal spores are formed. This is in the form of powder, black powder, fungal powder is observed, and the plant growth is stunted. So there will be tremendous decrease in the yield. Means the plant growth is again stunted. So what is to be done? We have to remove this heat with a thick cloth. We have to remove the thick cloth. We have to use thick cloth and remove the spores. They should not be allowed to fall down on the ground, otherwise that will also cause damage to the healthy plants also. And we have to also use resistant varieties. We have to use healthy sets. Sets are to be brought from the healthy field in the sense that which is a fertilized soil, good soil, and in such soil, if sugar cane is grown, such sets are to be brought for fresh cultivation. Then another disease, that is rust. Now in this case of rust, smut and rust, these are very important diseases. So here what happens that long yellow colored spots appear on the both sides of the leaves, and later on it is become dark brown to black. So you can see in the photograph, these are the spots, various spots are seen. These are the spots, and these spots later on mix together, and that entire plant leaves turn black or dark brown. Photosynthesis is reduced and reduction in the production. Then control, we have to grow resistant varieties, and very important that excessive irrigation should be avoided. We should not give excessive irrigation. Whatever quantity of water is required, that much is to be given. It should not be more than the required quantity, otherwise it will cause the diseases like rust. And we can also use this Zyram 0.05% for spraying. Then raid rot. This is another disease you can see in the photograph. This is the when the sugarcane is broken inside. These are the insides of sugarcane. So these insides, it becomes red in color, and there will be no formation of juice, and there is a great loss in production. So it becomes a red. Leaves also become red. Control. We have to use the healthy sets for planting. We have to avoid rattling if there is a this red rot is caused in the previous crop. And resistant varieties are to be grown. This is common for all. And very important that treatment of set with aereton and agalol. One of these two can be used for giving set treatment before planting. So this is the red rot. Then a grassy shoot, name itself indicates that the shoot become looks like grass. See here in the photograph, in the first left side, we may feel that this is a grass. So there is no growth of the main stem. In sugarcane, main stem erectly grow, but in grassy shoot, leafy portion is formed. So this is a viral disease, and this disease is also one of the severe diseases in sugarcane. So this is a viral disease. So these here in this case, the leaves become light green, and the plant growth is affected. So we have to give treatment to set 50 degrees centigrade hot water. In this water, we have to dip the sets for 2 hours, or if temperature is increased, 52 degrees centigrade for half an hour. This treatment is very important to control this grassy shoot because this is a viral disease. It will the virus can be killed only at this temperature, or if we have got hot air, moist hot air means steam, that also can be used, and resistant variety, that is the common factor for all. Another is mosaic disease. It is not very severe, but even then, here in this case, mottling of leaves takes place. Leaves become dark green or light green strips are formed on the leaves. So mosaic means dots or strips are formed. So we have to destroy the affected plants, and we have to grow resistant varieties. Twisted top, it is not very severe disease, but it may also form in some areas. What happens that abnormal and intermingled knots are formed. The leaves, what happens that the leaves twist and they mix with each other. So in this twisted top, the leaf growth is reduced. Control, we have to destroy the affected plants and we have to use herbicides. That is the only thing. So these are the important diseases. So smut, rust, grassy shoot, and red rot. These are the important diseases. Now come to harvesting. In this case of harvesting, we have to first of all judge whether the sugarcane is mature or not, and then harvesting is to be done. When sucrose concentration goes above 16% and purity of juice is more than 85%, at that time harvesting is to be done. Then how it is to be decided? It can be decided by using Brix saccharometer. Brix saccharometer is there, and that will decide the sucrose percent in it. So what should be the reading? There is a particular reading. Say, see here, Brix reading. There is a, this should be 21 to 24 bricks. This bricks is, it is a very small instrument, and it is a pen-like instrument, and one drop of juice is taken and reading is taken. So it should be 21 to 24 bricks. Then others signs of maturities leaves turn yellow, plant become yellowish, metallic sound of cane when tapped our finger, or we can cut one sugarcane and just tap it on a rock or on a stone. It will give metallic sound. Breaking of cane, when we break the cane, it will break at the nodes. We know that there are nodes and the distance between the two nodes that is called internode. So when we bend the plant, it will break from the node only. Then this is the sign of one of the signs of maturity. Then there will be in some varieties there are arrows, emergence of flowers. They are called arrows, but it is not a common sign in all varieties. In few varieties, this is seen. And very important that swelling of ibuds. The ibuds swell, so it means we can understand that it is the sugar can be matured and it is to be now harvested. Now here in this case of uh, Adsali crop, this is Adsali, pre-seasonal and Suru. These are the three kinds of cultivation we have studied already. So what is their duration? Adsali crop 18 months duration, pre-seasonal crop means sugarcane here 15 months duration, and Suru crop has 12 months is 1 year duration. So Adsali cropping is a good cropping. So the sugarcane plants are cut by keeping at least 9 inch space from bottom, and those are then collected, leaves are removed and tied in bundles, and then plants are sent to factory, sugar factory for sugar extraction. What is yield? Now in this case of yield, Adasali 150 tons per hectare, pre-seasonal 125 tons per hectare, and Suru or seasonal 100 tons per hectare. Remember that Adasali crop has 18 months duration and yield is also more. Requirement of NPK is also more. We already studied. In pre-seasonal, yield is less, 125 tons. NPK is also less. And Suru or seasonal, this has only 1 year duration and the yield is also less. Means we can roughly say that when there is more duration, there is a good quality and more production of sugarcane. Then rattoning. What is rattoning? Definition is given. Rotting is the practice of allowing stubbles of previously harvested crop to sprout and grow to raise new crop. Means that when we cut the plant, harvest the plant, arsali plant, when arsali plant is matured after 18 months, it is harvested, leaving about 1 feet height, and then again irrigation is given, then fertilizer is given. So from that stump, then again sprouting takes place and sugarcane plant grows. So it is called rotting. So in this case of rotting, there are some advantages and disadvantages also. Now, what is the importance of rotting? It is very economical one. It is economical because it doesn't require basic expenditure on land preparation. Means again plowing, harrowing, these things are not necessary to be done. Then there is no expenditure on seed material because already whatever plant was grown, it is the same we are using. Means there is no expenditure on planting. So whatever uh, residual was there, that is used by this plant. Then this saves 20 to 25% on expenditure. Bottling saves 20 to 25% expenditure compared with regular growing sugarcane crops. But here in this case, there are some disadvantages. We will see that one. Now, what is ratoon management? In this ratoon management, we have to take that um, planted canes should be harvested. Means the previously planted canes like arsali cane should be harvested. Then we have to remove the dried canes and trash the canes. Then mulching is to be done. This mulching will help to uh, conserve moisture in the field. Then here in this case that we have to loosen the soil by hoeing. Soil loosening is to be done. Then ridges are again broken and converted into furrows. So that is a, as we have studied just now, tagrani or that earthing up is to be given to the plants. And so that round irrigation should be given. So this will help to grow the previously grown or harvested plant. Now irrigation requirement is also uh, seen to be necessary. Now here in this case of rotting, advantages, what are the advantages? That expenditure is less, but there are some disadvantages also. Which are the disadvantages? That there are more chances of pests and diseases, then yield is also less. Again, the quality of ratoon crop is also not good. So there are some other disadvantages in ratoon crop, but we can also take these bagasse, trash, these things can be used. Okay, now this is about ratooning. Now last portion of this topic, that is a gul preparation, jaggery preparation. In the jaggery preparation, there are some steps. What is the first step? We have to first of all extract the juice. Means we have to, cane is crushed and juice is obtained. We have to crush the juice and juice. We have to crush the cane and get juice. Then this juice is filtered. Second step. Then this juice, filtered juice, should be boiled for at least 6 hours. Slow boiling is to be done, and we have to remove the impurities. Different impurities are there; they are to be removed. Then another step that we can, for boiling purpose, we can use any splash material. Then these impurities in the juice can be removed by mixing bhendi mucilage. Extract of bhendi is mixed in the boiling juice, and the scum will appear. And when scum appears, then those are impurities, those are to be removed. Or we can also use groundnut oil, and this groundnut oil will also help to correct the impurities, and scum comes, and then we have to remove that layer. We can also use some chemical clarificants. So this bhindi mucilage, groundnut oil, these are natural clarificants. Clarificants means which clarify the, which clear the, purify the juice. So we can use superphosphate solution in the second step. We can add some superphosphate solution, and that the color, it will improve the color, but the quality is reduced. That gives a little bit salty taste. Again, we have to also have taxi lemon suspension or juice, lemon juice. That will increase the taste. It will give slightly salty taste. Or lime water solution also can be used to avoid the problem of this solidification. So here there is a solidification. Now what happens in solidification? The jaggery becomes very rocky type or very hard. Then it becomes difficult for consumption. Then there is a last, that is called striking point. When the liquid boiled juice is heated at 105 to 107 degree temperature, then again that is heated up to 116 to 118 degree centigrade temperature. Then how to recognize, how to know that jaggery is ready? Some boiling juice is to, this juice is to be taken, and it is poured in some cold water. If that solidifies in the cold water, we can understand that the jaggery is prepared. If it gets dissolved in water, then again we have to continue boiling of this sugar cane juice. So, so that becomes, the juice reaches to semi-solid stage. When it reaches to semi-solid stage, then it is the last stage of boiling. So, in this way, this sugar cane here topic is over. So let us take in short review that Mangifera indica, that is the botanical name, and we also have to remember varieties, set rate, diseases, pests, planting methods, bottlings, and jaggery preparation. So in this way we have to go. So this is the second and last part of sugarcane cultivation. Next time we shall go to one of the fruit plants cultivation. Till then, goodbye.